Good evening, viewers. Welcome to Power Sector News. Today's headlines: Incentives for local development and manufacturing of renewable energy technologies, updates related to solar and electric vehicle projects, updates related to solar and electric vehicle tenders. Coming to the details. Modified Special Incentive Package Scheme of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. The scheme mainly provides subsidy for capital expenditure, 20% for investments in special economic zones and 25% in non-special economic zones. The scheme inter alia covers solar PV cells, solar PV modules, EVA, backsheet and solar glass. Preference to make in India in public procurement in renewable energy sector through implementation of public procurement order, procurement and use of domestically manufactured solar PV modules and domestically manufactured solar inverters has been mandated for government entities. Domestic content requirement under some of the current schemes of MNRE, namely CPSU schemes Phase-II, PM Kusum and Grid Connected Rooftop Solar Program Phase-II, wherein government subsidy is given, it has been mandated to source solar PV cells and modules from domestic sources. Incentives to domestic manufacturing in wind sector. Government has put in place a system of revised list of models and manufacturers, and only equipment manufactured by manufacturers in the list is allowed to be used for wind energy projects. It also mandates that the hub and nacelle assembly manufacturing facility shall be in India. More than 70% of the equipment is manufactured in India. Imposition of basic customs duty on import of solar PV cells and modules. The government has announced impositions of basic customs duty on import of solar PV cells and modules with effect from 1st April 2022. Production Linked Incentive Scheme for High Efficiency Solar PV Modules. MNRE has issued the scheme guidelines for Production Linked Incentive Scheme National Program on High Efficiency Solar PV Modules with an outlay of 4,500 crore rupees for supporting manufacturing of high efficiency solar PV modules by providing production linked incentives on sales of such solar PV modules. Letters of award has been issued to the eligible successful bidders to the extent of funds allocated. An additional outlay of 90,500 crore rupees has been announced in the budget 2022-23 on 1st February 2022. Renewable Energy Research and Technology Development Program of Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. The Ministry of New and Renewable Energy supports a scheme through various research institutions and industry to enable indigenous technology development and manufacture of new and renewable energy in the country. MNRE encourages research and technology development proposals in collaboration with industry and provides up to 100% financial support to government, non-profit research organizations and up to 50 to 70% to industry. Startups, private institutes, and entrepreneurs and manufacturing units. An amount of 62.47 crore rupees has been sent in last 3 years for this scheme. In a bid to promote electric vehicles adoption in Odisha, the Ministry of Heavy Industries has sanctioned 18 electric vehicle charging stations in Bhubaneswar and 164 stations along Chennai-Kolkata National Highway. This is a part of 2,877 charging stations in 68 cities across 25 states and union territories and 1576 along 16 highways and 9 expressways under Phase-II of Faster Adoption and Manufacturing of Hybrid and Electric Vehicle India scheme. A budget provision of 1,000 crore rupees has been earmarked for a period of 5 years for establishment of charging infrastructure under Phase-II of PM India scheme. The Ministry of New and Renewable Energy is targeting 4,000 megawatt rooftop solar capacity addition in residential sector through central financial assistance under Phase-II of Rooftop Solar Programme. The Parliament was told on 3rd March. The central finance assistance up to 40% of benchmark cost is provided for rooftop solar projects up to 3 kilowatt capacity and up to 20% for rooftop system capacity beyond 3 kilowatt and up to 10 kilowatt for individual households. ArcelorMittal, the world's biggest steel maker, has tied up with Greenko, one of the largest homegrown renewable companies, to use cleaner energy alternatives instead of fossil fuels like coal or natural gas to fire its critical infrastructure like blast furnace and smelters. This is the part of steelmakers' effort to switch to cleaner energy sources to decarbonize production around the world. Together, the two companies will develop round-the-clock renewable energy project, a 975 megawatt solar and wind farm in Andhra Pradesh that will be owned and funded by ArcelorMittal but designed, constructed and operated by Greenko. Another similar sized farm is expected to come up after completion of firm first phase, whose commissioning is expected by mid 2024. ArcelorMittal will be investing $600 million for the first phase and is expected to incur similar investments in the second phase as well. Bilaspur Smart City Limited has invited bids to set up 6.3 megawatt of grid-connected solar power projects at Damuhani, Smritivan and Guru Ameri in Chhattisgarh. For the first tender for 2.3 megawatt of ground-mounted solar power project at Damuhani in Chhattisgarh, interested bidders will have to submit an amount of 1.2 million rupees as an earnest money deposit. The last date to submit the bids is March 26, 2022. Bids will be opened on March 28. The successful bidder will also have to take care of operation and maintenance activities of project for 25 years. Bureau of Energy Efficiency, an agency under the Ministry of Power, has invited bids to hire agencies to develop energy benchmarking for electric vehicles and electric vehicle chargers and estimate the impact of electric vehicle chargers on the grid. The last date to submit bids is March 31st, 2022. The scope of the work is divided into two modules. Module 1, Energy Performance Benchmarking. Under this module, the agency should collaborate with a reputed Indian or international research and development institute with proven experience in the areas to be covered under the module. The agency will be required to submit the proof of agreement and cooperation clearly stating the terms of cooperation with the R&D Institute. Module 2, New Technologies and Assessments of Impact on Grid. In this module, the agency will collaborate with an Indian or international R&D institute of repute with proven experience in the areas covered under module. 86 thermal power plants are running with critical coal stock. Central government has approved 3 solar power parks for the state of Odisha under solar park scheme. The cumulative capacity will be 340 megawatt. Government plans to reduce the share of coal-based thermal power generation capacity to 32% by 2030. MNRE implements Rooftop Solar Programme Phase-II targeting 4000 megawatt rooftop solar capacity addition in residential sector. Price discovery at Power Exchange. National Load Dispatch Center has scheduled 156.46 million units of power for tomorrow cleared through Indian Energy Exchange. Coming to the price discovery details, price discovered during night 8 rupees 88 paisa per unit. Price discovered during day 10 rupees 87 paisa per unit. Price discovered during evening 18 rupees 15 paisa per unit. Price discovered round the clock 11 rupees 95 paisa per unit. Weighted average price is 12 rupees 22 paisa per unit. There is no congestion for power transfer in the network and the prices are uniform in all the regions. In green day ahead market, 4.24 million units of volume cleared with a weighted average price of 15 rupees 22 paisa per unit. Thank you and good day.